Hey everyone, it's Mr. Flying Pig HD here. Good morning to you. It's Monday morning, the day after the EFL Cup final. I decided I'm going to try and do like a new series where I just basically analyse what's happened the day before, or maybe even on the Saturday before. So we'll call it Monday Analysis, or Monday Analyst, or Monday Manchester United Man Analysis, or something like that. I'd need a name for it, so, get comments in with your thoughts about what I could call this analysis on Monday. Monday Analysis sounds good. So we could call it that. But I just wanted to make a little video after the weekend, really, when we've had chance to let everything sink in as fans. I want to give you my opinion on what's pretty much happened at the weekend. And, after we've had time to really digest it, because, of course, you have these snap reactions after games. You think, oh, yeah, Southampton, they're bitter. They were just unlucky, but United fully deserved to win. Yeah, but actually after looking into it, after sort of listening to what other people have to say, what pundits have to say, etc., then you can maybe change your opinion somewhat. So that's pretty much what this is about, just to give you my opinion of what happened yesterday, and also analyse how bitter the Saints fans are, because they are so bitter. They've all come out the woodwork, and should they be bitter? I mean, maybe, maybe, because, they've been a bit unlucky in the game yesterday. They've had a goal ruled offside, which was a perfectly legitimate goal from Gabbiadini early on. He scored a couple more. It wasn't enough to give them the draw in the end there. United have crept up at the end with a Zlatan Ibrahimovic header to make it 3-2. So if you're a Southampton fan this morning, you're feeling pretty pissed off, you're as bitter as lemon, and you're probably on this channel commenting what a wanker I am as well. So that's where we're at with Saints fans at the moment. I even heard on the drive-in, Matt Le Tissier on TalkSport saying basically that the decisions totally went Manchester United's way, that the referees only awarded it because it was Southampton against United, and if that exact same movement had happened, but the other way round, as in, it was Zlatan who was ruled offside in the end or something like that, then Matt Le Tissier thinks that the decision would not have been given and that referees favour the bigger clubs, they favour Manchester United. I personally think that's a load of bullshit. We've had loads of bad decisions go against us as United fans, especially in this last couple of seasons, so I don't really know where he's coming from that. Plus, all you have to do is go back. I know it's a long time ago, but people would say this about the Frank Lampard goal against Germany in 2010. Well, it's karma. Things have a tendency to work themselves out because, England had a goal that pretty much didn't bounce over the line in the 1966 World Cup final given against West Germany. That wasn't a goal, it wasn't over the line, but it was given, and that basically secured England the World Cup. Now, you can basically say the same about Southampton, because in 1976, their last major silverware that they won was the FA Cup. They won the game in the final against Manchester United, and they won it down to a contentious decision that was offside. Stokes was the name of the player before my time. I don't know who this prick is, but Stokes scored the goal, it was offside, and they won the game. Well, that's karma for you, Matt Le Tissier, isn't it, really? Things have a tendency to work themselves out. Now, does that mean that I think that we should not have technology in this modern game? No. That's what I want to get onto next. It's 2017. We've got the technology. It's not even a lot of technology. You could have pretty much decided offside decisions in 1976, by just watching a replay, having somebody, a fourth official, a fifth official, whoever, in the stands there, behind the scenes, who's actually watching the game as it unfolds. He gets to see the immediate replay, and he just radios down to the referee, hey, ref, it was offside or it wasn't offside. It takes no longer than all the players surrounding the player going, it's fucking offside, it's fucking offside, it's onside. It takes no longer than that, excuse me, to just have one guy sat there on the sidelines making all the key decisions. And I'm not talking about all the contentious decisions, like, was it a foul, wasn't it a foul, was it a penalty, was it a penalty? I'm talking about clear-cut ones that pretty much a computer could decide, which is like, is it offside? So I do feel for Southampton in that respect, because I think, if that had been given, which I think it was a perfectly legitimate goal from Gabbiadini early on, if it had been given, then it could have been a different game. But I still think United would have gone on to win it. That would have only made it 3-3 effectively. I know you can't really say that because, it depends on what's happening in the game and how many numbers you have to throw forward, etc., how fragile you are at the back, depending on how much you need to attack. All that sort of stuff, I get it. But, I'm just struggling to see Matt Lepissier. Didn't mean to say that, but we'll go with it. I'm just struggling to see Lepissier's point because, he's saying United are getting all the major decisions, Southampton, the smaller clubs, it all goes against them. I think that's rubbish. I just think it's luck of the draw, complete luck of the draw. You're bitter, Matt. You're bitter, pal. And I'm not talking about the 10 pints of bit you had last night either, pal, because, we all know you love a drink, pal. Anyway, who doesn't? What else did I want to talk about? Mourinho has said basically the major feeling he got after the game yesterday was just relief. Relief that we'd managed to win that first bit of silverware in his tenure. And I sort of share that as well. I also just feel a massive amount of pride that Manchester United have won that silverware. We're the first team this season to win a major piece of silverware domestically. I say major. It's a Mickey Mouse Cup at the end of the day. But still, we've done that. We're still in the Europa League, we're still in the FA Cup, we're still in the hunt for top 4 in the Premier League. We could well finish second in the Premier League, that wouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility. The way this United side's progressing, the way we are playing, we just seem to be getting better. If you look at our run of results over the last 20-odd games, it's excellent. Apart from a couple of blips here and there, a couple of draws we should have perhaps won against weaker opposition, then United have really had a great upturn in form. We really have been picking up the results, and that's highlighted by this victory against Southampton yesterday. Southampton, I just have to say, actually, I know I said it yesterday in my match reaction. If you've not seen that, check it out. But Southampton, fair play to them. They really put up a great fight against United. They really showed what a class team they've become. They got some great players. I mean, that Gabbiadini up top there, he really does look like a special talent to me. He's one of those players that costs a reasonable amount of money. Southampton has spent money on players before. Gaston Ramirez, how much did he cost? A lot of money. Didn't really work out, but it looks like from his early start, Gabbiadini's going to be a fantastic player to replace, hopefully, the likes of Graziano Pella for them, who is a big miss, in my opinion. So I think that they will feel some positives from this game, even though they've lost and they'll feel hard done by. They'll feel that they perhaps had the decisions go against them. They can feel good about where the future is for Southampton because they've got these good players, Gabbiadini, etc. They've got Redmond, caused us all sorts of problems. Bertrand, they've got a good basis, a good nucleus of players there. I think Southampton are going to be one of those teams that really kicks on over the next couple of years. Finishes 7th, 8th consistently, maybe even higher. I think they'll be like an Everton. They'll be like an Aston Villa of old, where they're always sort of 6th or 7th, all around there. They've got the talent. They've got the infrastructure there. You have to say, what a great run club. All right down to the youth system they've got there. They produce talent. They've always produced talents. If they kept hold of half the talents they produced over the last 20 years, then they'd pretty much be one of the best sides in Europe, in my opinion. So you've got to give them a lot of respect. But as it stands, unlucky Southampton fans, you bitter bunch of bastards. Right, the last point I pretty much wanted to talk about is just Zlatan Ibrahimovic and what a massive Swedish beast of a legend that man is, I'd kiss his nose. He's got a massive nose. If I saw him, I'd ask him if I could kiss it anyway, and he'd say no, and I'd probably just walk off crying. But Zlatan Ibrahimovic, what a legend. 2 goals in the EFL Cup final yesterday. 26 goals for United in all competitions this season. That is an unbelievable return from somebody who's such an age. 35 years of age. He costs nothing as well. He's a free transfer. You can't take that away from the man. How much money have we spent on players in the past before where they flopped? Well, he didn't cost anything. I know he's on a ridiculous amount, but he's come in there, he's performed, he's scored important goals at important times, and he scored a lot of them as well. 26 goals already this season. Unbelievable return. Now, there's a lot of talk about whether he's going to be staying this season. Mourinho has come out this morning saying United need to start a campaign in order to convince Zlatan to stay. The fans need to campaign to keep hold of him and get him to sign that contract for another year. I think we need to do all that we can as fans to keep Zlatan here, because not only is he a great man to cheer, he's a great sort of icon and ambassador for the club, great face of the club. He's also just a quality match-winning player. And I've said it many times before, I think age is just a number. It's all about how you do out there on the pitch. And he keeps on consistently performing. He keeps on impressing. He keeps on rubbishing that price tag of free. If you look at some of the players that have been signed and been flopped, the fact that he was free just makes him the best signing ever, basically. Pretty much the best signing ever. Best free transfer signing ever that I can think of, really. Name somebody better. Get your comments in if you can think of a better free transfer. I'm not talking about loans here. I'm talking about a free transfer player. Who's done better than Zlatan Ibrahimovic at United this season? Which is why I think we need to do everything in our power to keep him here next season. Yes, he may be diminishing. He may well be dwindling. But it doesn't look like it right now, does it? I mean, his talents are as good as they have ever been, in my opinion. Physically, he's a beast. Physically, he doesn't seem to be slowing down. He's always got that physicality about him, that size, that strength. So I don't see that going anywhere over the next couple of seasons. And I hope he's not going anywhere, because I think if we've got him next season and we add the likes of Griezmann or somebody into the forward ranks as well, then we pretty much have the best sort of strikers in the league, and he's also there to impart his wisdom, impart his experience onto the likes of Rashford. If you're Marcus Rashford, right, and you're sat around the dressing room, and you look over and you see Zlatan Ibrahimovic there, I mean, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel to have somebody who's so talented, he's so technically good, who's achieved everything in the game? How does that make you feel as Marcus Rashford? You would be in awe of Zlatan. You'd be, listen to every single word that man had to say to you. So I think it's, it's a no-brainer for United. I think we need to do everything in our power to keep hold of Zlatan next season. And what an unbelievable season he's had so far, capped off with that couple of goals, that match-winning header at the end there, which I pretty much had a mangasm over. I changed my trousers twice during that game of football. It was that orgasmic. It wasn't actually, it was just that goal at the end. But anyway, that pretty much does it for all the points that I wanted to talk about. Southampton fans, you're just bitter. You're bitter, pal. It swings and roundabouts. Stuff like that happens in football. It's karma. What goes around comes around, 1976, Stokes, offside against United FA Cup final. Piss off. Well, it's come back around, hasn't it? I'm just going to take a couple of comments here from anybody who wants to get commenting. I'll give you a chance just to say something, say some opinions. And also ask me a couple of questions if you want before I wrap this video up. But like I say, Monday analysis, I'll try and do this every Monday, new sort of series for you, just breaking down what's happened at the weekend after I've had a chance to digest it and let it sink in, whatever's happened. Because, of course, sometimes if I'm absolutely raging after games, then you get my raw, raging opinion. And other times, I may have cooled down by Monday and have some other key points to make. N. Krishna, good morning, mate. He says, Joe, do you think we will win the Europa? I do, actually. I don't see any of the teams that are left in it to be too much of a problem. I know Rostov is a seriously tough tie because of just where they are. And they are doing really well over in Russia. I think they finished second last year in the Russian league, which is a good league. But just to go over there, to contend with the weather, to contend with the distance, the temperature, all that sort of stuff. It's probably getting warmer over there now, I don't know. Don't really know about geography of Russia, but, to contend with those fixtures at that time, it's going to be a tricky time. But if we get past Rostov, I don't really see anybody posing us too much of a problem. We're the last English side left in this, so I expect us fully to go on and win the Europa League. I do. I mean, it may be a tricky competition to win. I think we've got to do that, and we've won the League Cup. If we win the Europa and we win the League Cup, and even if we finish fifth or something, I think it'll be a decent first season. It's all about, for Mourinho, it's all about getting Champions League qualification in my book. Angus Gallagher says, do you guys think you'll realistically sign Griezmann? Excuse me. I do, yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of interest from all the clubs in the world. Pretty much all the clubs in the world are going to be interested in signing Antoine Griezmann if he comes available. But if you're Antoine Griezmann, I would want to sign for Manchester United. They're one of the biggest clubs in the world, if not the biggest. And the only reason you can say we're not the biggest club in the world right now is because of how we're doing there out in terms of league position finishes and challenging in the Champions League. We're not in the Champions League, so it's hard to say we're the biggest club in the world. We're not even in the biggest, most premier European tournaments for these clubs. So, but in terms of commercially, in terms of globally, in terms of the brand, Manchester United is the biggest club in all the world. And once we are in the Champions League, then guess what? Every single player in the world is going to want to come and play for us. Why? Because we've got the history, we've got the facilities, we've got the support, we've got the global accolades, we've got everything. And we've got the money as well. We can compete with most of the teams in the world. Maybe not these Chinese Super League teams, whatever. But we can compete with most other teams in terms of paying wages, in terms of paying transfer fees. We currently hold the world record for the most amount of money spent on one single player in Paul Pogba, £89 million. That goes to show you everything about the sort of club they are. And I don't mean that we're a buying club and we spend shitloads of money. I mean that we've got the resources there if we need them. So, yes, I do think we can make the Griezmann deal happen. I don't know why not. I would like to see him come. He seems like a quality player who can improve United's side, but that doesn't mean that I want to see Zlatan Ibrahimovic go. I think we should add him to that and then still keep Zlatan Ibrahimovic around because he just seems like such an unbelievable Swedish beast. I think that. Oh no, there's a couple more coming through here. There's Southampton fans commented. United fans are glory hunted. This cup means nothing to you. You compared us to actually passionate about football. Bollocks! Piss off, you Saint scum. You're bitter. I'm telling you. Yes, this Mickey Mouse Cup meant something to you. You know why? Because you never bloody win anything. If you won something, it wouldn't mean piss all to you. And it actually does mean something to us as well, because it's the first trophy under the regime of Jose. It's a big win for us, an important trophy to get that, 100%. Yes, it's not as big as the Champions League. Yes, it's not as big as the Premier League, which Southampton are never going to win. But it is still an important trophy for us. But actually, you're right. It does mean more to Southampton than it does to United. But that's just the history of the two clubs. You can't really, at this moment in time, I think it means as much to United as it does to Southampton, but that's my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in to this Monday analysis. If you enjoyed this sort of episode, then do comment with perhaps names that I can name it. And also, if you'd like to see this every Monday, when when I can sort of break down what's happened the weekend. With a slightly different mentality as well, because it gives me a day to let everything sink in, let everything settle in, and really form a proper opinion. Jose Mourinho, he keeps his legacy alive. He keeps winning trophies. Hopefully, he's going to be the next real Manchester United manager to be a legend at the club. I don't see why not. Even if he's only here for a few years, I think it'll be a trophy-laden few years. You just wait and see what Manchester United do next season. You just wait until we've had another transfer window. Mourinho's have another transfer window. Look what he's done in such a short space of time. He's got us playing the right way. He's got us winning games. He's got us a trophy already, and it's not even freaking March yet. So, happy days. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. Chuck a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Also, after this video has been published, make sure you do come back and get your comments in after the video is published, because these comments that you're writing now on the video probably won't be published afterwards for some reason. So I won't be able to reply to them after this video is done, which I would like to do, because it's hard to read all these comments coming through all at the same time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This is Mr. Flying Pig HD. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Mr. Flying Pig HD. Be posting all sorts of stuff on there over the next few days, and I'll try. Don't know if you've realised, I've been trying to get more content out to you guys as well. So I hope you appreciate it, and I hope you can share these around, share them with your pals, etc. It'd be much appreciated. And also, if you've got any thoughts and opinions, and you're confident speaking to the camera, email me at mrflyingpighd@gmail.com with match reviews, match previews, player profiles, whatever the hell you can think of. And if I watch it, if I think I'll give it a watch, and if I like it, I'll put it on the channel. I'm not guaranteeing any old Tom, Dick and Harry sends me anything is going to be put on the channel. But if I like it, if I think it fits in with the channel, if it's a bit humorous or it's very informative, then 100% I'll put it on the channel. So bear that in mind. Get your videos in if you can. And hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'll catch you soon. This has been The Pig. You have yourself a freaking good Monday. I've got the Monday blues, actually. Apart from United winning the trophy, I just freaking hate Mondays. Anyway, take it easy. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.